Hey everyone! Recently I shared this photo on Instagram and I got tons of questions about bead crochet threads. Even though I consider myself experienced in bead crochet, sometimes things don't go as planned. And this was one of those cases. The reason? I picked the wrong thread. So today I'm going to talk about why choosing the right thread for bead crochet is so important. I will share key factors to look for, specific thread recommendations, and even touch on hooks. Years ago, when I first started experimenting, I bought a ton of different threads and tested everything to see what worked and what didn't. And let me tell you, some threads were a nightmare to work with. One of the worst experiences I had was with this particular thread. It looks fine. The diameter is right, but it's way too smooth and slippery. That makes bead crochet incredibly frustrating because the loops don't hold well, the work becomes wiggly and beads constantly slip down, making you push them back into place. If you are a beginner and pick a thread like this, you will probably give up in 10 minutes. And I wouldn't blame you. So let's talk about what makes a great thread for bead crochet. First and foremost, the thread needs to have the right thickness and not be too slippery. It should also be flexible, but not stretchy. If it's too thin or thick, it won't work well. For 11/0 seed beads, a great choice is 30-weight thread. Here's an example. This is an embroidery thread, specifically perlovka, a pearl cotton thread. While it's okay, a slightly thinner and better alternative is YarnArt Canarias. It's made from mercerized cotton, and even though it looks shiny, it's not slippery and works wonderfully. Another great option is jeans thread. This one from Hagal is very similar to YarnArt Canarias in terms of bead crochet performance. The main difference is that Canarias is cotton and this jeans thread is polyester. Since these threads work so well for bead crochet, you can find them in my Etsy shop. These are just remnants, but they come in larger spools. If you want to get an idea of what they look like, check the stitching on your jeans. That's the kind of thread you are looking for. If you are working with 15/0 seed beads or Miyuki Delicas, you will need a slightly thinner thread. However, I don't recommend this for complete beginners. Start with 30-weight thread first and then move to thinner option. A great choice is 50-weight thread or even 80-weight thread for ultra fine bead crochet. These are standard polyester sewing threads. They are strong and have a slightly rough texture, which makes them perfect for bead crochet. This one here is made in Poland and I also carry it in my Etsy shop. But honestly, you can check your local sewing store for any 50-weight thread that isn't too smooth. If you are a perfectionist, you can try 80-weight thread. This one is also polyester and non-slippery. You can even see tiny fibers sticking out, which is exactly what makes it grip well. With a thread this fine, you can be sure it won't be visible between the beads. But be warned, the thinner the thread, the harder it is to work with. Now let's talk about crochet hooks. For bead crochet, I recommend using hooks in the 0.5 millimeters to 1 millimeter range. This size works well with all the threads I've mentioned. Pick the size that feels more comfortable for you. Personally, I often use 0.75 millimeter hook. One thing to note is that hook sizes can vary between brands. For example, as you can see here, my 0.5 millimeter tulip hook is actually much smaller than the 0.5 millimeters bamboo hook that I got from AliExpress. For my most recent coin purse project, I used a 0.75 millimeters hook and it worked perfectly. So, to summarize, the best all-around choice for bead crochet with 11/0 seed beads is 30-weight thread. If you work with 15/0 seed beads, try 50-weight thread. For extreme precision and invisibility, go for 80-weight thread, but be prepared for a challenge. The thread should be strong, non-slippery and flexible, but not stretchy. If you are still unsure which thread to use, start with YarnArt Canarias or a good polyester jeans thread. You will thank me later. That's it for today. I hope this video helps you choose the perfect thread for your bead crochet project. If you found this useful, make sure to like, subscribe and leave a comment letting me know which thread you use for bead crochet. Also, if you are looking for high quality threads, you can check out my Etsy shop for some of my favorite options. Thank you for watching and happy beading! Bye!